guys, it is Mary.
And
We invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment.
Down below, because today we are going to be reviewing season 13, episode 5 of Sister Wives, you guys.
Yes.
And we are going to get right into it. Christine meets with Mary to kind of talk about why they do not have a relationship.
Yes.
And my thing is, I just feel like Christine is really projecting.
Yes.
I
And trying to be
what,
some therapist. And you don't have the qualifications
for that.
And
also,
you need therapy. Stop trying
well.
to be a therapist. You actually need therapy because this man finally has totally broken you down.
That's
on your watch.
And I also, the reason why I believe that is because I just feel like Christine was so strong-willed. We said this in the last episode. She was very strong-willed.
Yes.
She was like, no, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. She is now just acquiescing to everything.
Yes.
And she is now, and I thought what she said was very telling. She said, Mary, that, remember when you gave me advice where Mary basically was like, oh, well, you need to fix yourself. Christine's like, my thing is, I have to fix me. Like, I have to do it because it's really my fault or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I just thought...
She took the whole fault blame. Everything.
She took the blame for everything. Like, she said the reason why her relationship with Kody is her fault. Where, like, season 2, when she was sitting down talking to Mary, she was saying that, so this is just one-sided. Like, everything just has to be one-sided. Like, he can never be wrong.
And Mary says he will never admit that he's wrong.
Exactly. So
he never will take accountability.
So my thing is the fact that Christine is now saying that it's her fault just tells me that Kody has really broken her down. Like, he has really mind effed her to the point where it's like really twisted her mind to where it's like
that rock thing.
Like, and he told her that love the family and I will love you.
Yes.
Like, he withholds his love, he withholds his affection to the point where you feel so broken and so let down. Where now he comes in, he tells you what you need to do in order for him to do that. Yeah. Like, what he'll do is, when you are doing what he tells you to do, he'll give you little crumbs. It's not much, but he gives you little crumbs so that you continue to also be putting yourself out there, making you think that it's still you.
It's not,
and it'll never be good enough.
Yeah, it's not the family that Kody wants her to love.
Yeah,
it is Robin and her children.
Yeah,
that he wants her not only to love, but he wants her to take care of.
But
Robin's kids. However, I don't think Robin wants that because she hired her niece to take care of her kids. I don't think Robin wants that. Robin doesn't want another sister wife to take care of her kids like that.
But you know what it is? And I'm going to tell you something.
And certainly not Christine.
Yeah.
Because Christine is like a hands-on mom. And the last thing Robin wants is for Christine to come and critique.
But you know what I think it is? And I'm going to tell you something. Yeah. Because this just came to my mind.
Yes.
You know how it is, right? Because this reminds me of somebody that we know.
Okay.
And I think the reason why he is pushing this narrative of, I want you to make sure that you are on good terms with Robin and that everybody is happy for her is so that their relationship stays good. But whoever dares to threaten that, he will make sure that they suffer. You see what I'm saying? He wants to make sure that his relationship with Robin stays good. He doesn't want nobody interfering with it. He doesn't want anybody thinking that he doesn't want anybody to really mess with that relationship. He wants Robin to mess with Robin.
If Robin is not happy,
then he thinks that she'll leave
him.
That
will mess up their relationship.
Right? And then also but you know what also my theory is?
And we do know someone who did that.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
We sure do.
Oh, yes.
But that was also my theory because I feel like also the reason why, because also we always said that Robin does not seem that into Kody.
No.
She does not seem that into him.
And now that she got everything on her list,
she's also letting herself be freer. She's not being like, oh, I need to be this, I need to be that.
Yeah.
She knows that this man is very much in love with her. And no matter what she does, he will still be there. Because remember when Christine was talking about how...
he's smitten.
Yes, remember when Christine was talking about how, Robin will disagree with him, and I always thought that I had to just acquiesce.
Yes.
But he loves her through it.
Yes.
He doesn't judge her. He doesn't withhold love from her, even when she is coming at him.
Yes.
So that is my theory. That's what and I just thought about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I think.
So that's why he wants Robin to always be in a happy place.
He wants her to stay in her feminine energy.
He wants her to be in a happy place because as long as she's happy, he thinks she will stay with him forever and be happy with him. Because remember,
Yes.
they were having an emotional disconnect.
And he looked so disheveled that season.
Yes.
Very disheveled.
And
But I
it's
think,
still continuing.
yeah, that's why he still looks that way.
continues to look disheveled.
And that's also why I think they're doing that move to Flagstaff. Because mind you,
She
guess
loves
who?
it.
Guess who's going to college in Arizona?
Oh,
Dayton is going to college in Arizona,
that
y'all.
is so true.
He
and
is
remember,
going.
she said she didn't want to be away from Dayton.
No. So he is also doing this move for Robin.
Yes, that's who he's doing the move for to Arizona. Because remember, he was all about Utah.
Yes.
He was all about Utah. And she was
Oh.
even saying, I worry about Dayton because Dayton
Has
he
Asperger's.
has Asperger's, and I want to be close to him. I want to make sure he's okay in college and everything, that I'm not too far away from him.
Yes.
And that is so true. That boy going to Arizona, and he's like, okay, that's where we're going to be.
And then also my thing is Aurora and Brianna. He took them on a birthday trip. He took Robin first.
Yes.
Mind you, he did not take
Talking about how
anybody
they're going
else.
on a birthday trip.
He took Robin first to see Flagstaff so that they can really sort out what she likes and what she wants. And then he'll bring the wives to see the different options that she likes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That she likes the different options, and then you choose one.
Yes.
But he will let them know she heard Angel sing right here.
Yes. And that's what he did when he took Christine to go see it.
Yes.
And even Christine, she's so broken down.
Since he says Christine was the strongest voice, but when they had the presentation, Christine said nothing.
And I think he knew that
Because she said she didn't want
break.
to rock the boat.
But also I think that I don't think that Kody is fully in with Christine.
Yeah.
Because emotional abusers, whatever. I know there's
He's
abusers
an
in a different.
he's an
He's an
emotional
emotional
abuser.
abuser, not in the physical sense,
He is.
but in an emotional abuser. What they do is they will tell you that you're the problem.
Yeah.
They'll tell you this. They'll tell you that to make you feel like you're at
And
fault.
that can
and
sometimes
what they'll
even be
do is
worst.
yeah, absolutely, because it messes with your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you don't know, is he really being there for me or not?
Yeah.
Whereas if someone physically abusive to you, oh, okay, yeah, this is abuse.
Not saying that
Emotional
anyone is
abuse.
better. They're both horrible.
They're both horrible.
But I think that also the fact that Christine, I think Kody was checking her out to see if she was going to say anything. But also I feel like Kody is not giving her all the love and attention.
No.
He's withholding it.
Yes.
So I think what he would have
He
done
gives her
is,
little crumbs.
but I think like he has broken her down because now it's like she knows now that if I go against anything that he wants to do, he is going to punish her by withholding love, withholding this, or withholding whatever it is. So the fact that she said
And then
nothing,
also
I'm sure he was
withholding from her
watching her.
children.
Yes, and
Withholding love from the daughters.
and she has been arguing about this with him for years. And he has also seen how she also has been changing. The fact that she's best friends with Robin.
Yes.
The fact that she said nothing at the meeting.
Yes.
He is seeing that she is not really being herself. And he knows that he's getting to her.
Yeah.
He is seeing Mary-like symptoms in Christine.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I am
And
getting at.
emotional abuser, they're very watchful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're going to continue. It's not that he's going to like you all of a sudden. He's not going to like you.
He'll like you when it's beneficial. Just like when
him,
Mary
that's
went to
it.
go cut that ribbon. Oh, let me stand
yes.
behind you. We are a couple now. They do it when they want to get something.
That so much. And then when he called her for the sunset, can we go watch it together?
Yeah.
And he's there looking so mad.
Looking anywhere. But that's my thing. Like, Christine has lost herself. The fact that she even went or whatever, stuff like that, and now she stays mentioning Robin, just like Kody.
Oh, yeah,
when
she mentions Robin all the time.
They went to go look at the houses in Arizona, whatever. And she's like, oh my God, this is so Robin. This is
her kind of place.
And then also, he was very crafty because what he did is when they went to Coyote Pass, he went and he said, oh, Robin loved this place. She heard angels singing.
Yes.
And then Christine
Oh
decided.
my God. Even when they're going up the drive, and so she came out, oh my God, going up the drive and seeing the palm trees. Oh my God, it was beautiful. The pine trees. Oh my God.
I heard angels singing as well.
Like,
yeah. I got you just where I want you. That is my analysis.
Yes,
that's what I think.
Right.
You know, cause I just realized that because he loves Robin, he doesn't want anything to rock the boat with them whatsoever. So of
because
course,
he feels as though the more
As long as she is
comfortable
happy, she will stay.
She
And
will
he
stay.
doesn't want her to not be comfortable, because I don't
Yeah.
think that, one, she is physically attracted to him, and then
I
two,
don't think
I
so.
don't think she really gels with his personality, because sometimes she can seem really annoyed with
Yeah,
him.
and sometimes
then
she says
even
some mean things, straight up some mean things to him.
and then also, because also I
But
remember
if anyone has said that, if Christine has said that,
Yeah.
it's gonna be World War III. It'll be like on and on. Every time they talk, he'll say, "This is the reason why I don't like you. You said this 10 years ago to me."
But also
Yeah.
in the confessional, Robin has said that, if Kody, like, because I think he sat down with I think that's episode 6, where he
Okay.
sat down with the wives and he was talking about cottonwood.
Oh yeah.
Was that episode 6?
I think that was episode.
Okay,
6,
so we don't
yeah.
get to that though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my theory about that. But also, Mariah did say that she.
Oh yes, she's gonna come because she had news, and the news was.
And Kody was on his way to Flagstaff, so he could not be
with
there
Robin.
conveniently.
That's when he was going with Robin and her daughters. But Mariah is going to come for the summer because she has been accepted to the grad program in Loyola University in Chicago.
Yeah, so
And
she's going to
be-
live. She's going to live with Mary,
For
and
the
then
summer.
for summer, and then
She
she's going
and
to move to
Audrey.
Chicago. Her and Audrey. They're not going to be in the same bedroom because Kody did tell her, "Look,
Yeah.
even if you are with a man, we
Or
say
woman.
you do not go and you sleep in the same room.
as
Like
your
you're supposed to
lover.
be courting. You're supposed to be dating for marriage.
Exactly.
Just because you gay don't mean you get exceptions, son." That's basically what he was saying.
Absolutely.
Like,
not,
and we
yeah.
expect the
They have
same
young
thing.
kids and all this stuff. The
It's stuff
values
like
are
that.
still the values. It doesn't matter
But I wonder if the young
what
kids
your
know.
orientation is.
I wonder if the young kids know.
I do believe they know.
Well, I don't think she had a conversation. I think maybe
Oh no,
would
she had it with the older children.
Yeah, I think she
yeah.
might be. They might just be thinking that this is her friend.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Because if you sit them down, then you have to talk to them
They'll
about
be all
what's
confused.
gay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they'll be confused.
I'm sure Robin would not have, or whatever. But yeah.
So,
But then they were
anyhow,
talking about
Aspen-
engagement. Oh wait, what?
Well, I wanted to talk about Aspen. Are we done with Mariah?
No,
Oh.
because Kody basically sat down or whatever, and I think they were talking about engagement with possibly Mariah and Audrey, and then Kody sat there and said that, my only concern is that this is the first relationship that Mariah's ever been in, and then Mary turns to him and says that you were my first, and then Chris said, yeah, you were my first too.
But he's not talking about heterosexual relations. Mariah has had a boyfriend before.
Yeah, I think
He's
he
talking
said
about this is her first lesbian relationship,
yes,
and he wants her to have probably more than one to make sure that this is what.
Personally,
Cody, I don't
feel-
believe
I
that
don't
he
feel
is
in-
on board with this whole.
No, I think he has some
lesbian gay
reservations
stuff.
about it,
I
because
don't
my
think
thing
he
is,
is.
it really doesn't matter.
But
like,
he's on TV.
He's on TV, and
he
he
can't
already
really say
has a
what
lot
he
of.
wanna say.
He already has a lot of people coming for him. The last
Already.
thing he needs is the LGBTQ to cancel him and then cancel his show. So that's why he said, "Oh, ignore me.
Yes.
I'm not making any sense."
Yeah. How you forget that, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah.
Mariah said she's dated a man before.
She did
So
say that.
I don't think Kody is 100% on board. You know what I'm saying?
I actually
But
don't
he's
think
on
so.
this TV show, so that's
Because
what's saving
remember
Mariah.
how he acted when Janelle and Mary were going to the march. This man had a fit.
He had a whole fit. He said it's too political.
It's too political. And I wish that they will come with the march that I want to do. And I was like, a march? We never heard of this march. But when they went to the
at
march,
the clear blue sky.
all of a sudden he's going to the march with Joe Darga. He will have known that Joe Darga is doing a march all this time. But he had no intention of going, probably.
No, none.
But as soon as Mary and Janelle, Mariah told them to come to this LGBTQ/women's march. This man had he had
fits.
like a visceral reaction,
Yeah.
just like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kody, miss me with your BS.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone is buying it.
Not
I
at
really
all.
don't think so.
No.
No,
I don't think
so.
he is comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying?
And it's okay, I think, Kody, for you to say, I'm not with it.
yeah.
Like everybody has, just like the LGBTQ want everyone to accept them, or not everyone to accept them. They just want to live in peace
Yeah.
without someone downing them. like
or just being outright like discriminatory
against
towards them.
It's
Like
just
you
like,
can tell there's no issue with you saying, Mariah, I
Yeah.
don't agree with this. This is not how we were
That's
raised,
it.
whatever
You
the case
pull up
may
just
be.
said that.
But you don't have
And
to,
it's okay.
it's okay. You know
Because
what I'm
you
saying?
have
As
your
long
beliefs.
as you're not doing any crazy stuff where you're going out of your way to be mean and evil towards her just because she's gay.
Exactly.
You just tell her that
Yeah.
what you feel or whatever the case is.
Just be authentic. This is the problem I have with Kody. And I told you I was catching him in some lies.
I mean, but Kody stay lying.
He was catching with some lies. And this is a huge, big old lie because I wonder now, because now you have not explained to the younger children how come.
Well, also, I don't think, me personally, I don't feel like anybody should be talking to young kids about sexual orientation.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I
Absolutely.
don't,
Yeah.
because the thing is, as soon
Yeah,
as
I
you
don't
start
think
talking
so.
about, oh, she's
Yeah.
gay,
Yeah.
they don't know what that is.
They don't
I think
know.
everybody
Well,
knows.
certainly not
Everybody
in this
knows.
society.
Yes, everybody knows what heterosexual relationships are.
But you never
know what I'm saying?
Remember when
Because you have to start talking about gay, you have to start talking about, okay, what does that mean? And
Well,
you have to
remember
start
when you
talking
guys
about
were in the
sex
public
with
school
kids.
System. I remember I went to pick up, my son, and he and there were these two couples there, just groping and kissing each other, leaning against this car. You may not remember, but anyhow, and I remember just looking at them, and every time they'll come to pick up one of their children, they're groping and kissing each other.
Was
and all
it
this
same-sex
stuff.
couple?
Yeah. And
That's
I
my
remember,
thing, though.
and
Like,
I
it's
just
also
remember-
predatorial because you're at a goddamn, you're
Well, this
at
is what I
an
felt.
elementary school.
This is how I felt. I just felt
I'm trying
like
my best, y'all.
I don't think parents, when you come and pick up your children, nobody, whether you're heterosexual or same-sex marriage, no one is there groping and kissing and slobbering on over each other.
Also, it's
no one is
inappropriate.
doing
Like,
that.
you're at an
This is a
elementary school.
This is a school, okay? I don't know why you will have to do that over
So
there.
was that out of the school that I went to, Panorama?
Yeah, Panorama Elementary. But that was even way back then. And I mean, okay, you're a lesbian, that's fine. However, don't do this at a school. I just had a big problem with that. Just like if I saw a heterosexual couple doing that in front of the school when you came to pick up your children, I will have a problem with
My
that.
thing is, I feel
too.
like it's
Anyone will
I
have
feel
a
like
problem.
it's predatorial because you're trying to expose kids
Yeah.
their eyes to something, and kids soak everything up like a sponge.
Well, because what's going
You
to
know what
happen
I'm
is they're
saying?
going to go to school, and during lunchtime, they're going to mimic what they saw. Whether it was a same-sex couple or a heterosexual couple. They
they
will just
don't-
mimic
Yeah.
what they saw. And I just thought that was just too much. But,
Yeah.
so I just feel like, and actually, some parents, it wasn't me, I never had time, I was working 2 full-time jobs. But some parents did go, because after a while I didn't see them anymore. And then some parents did go and reported to the principal. And so what happened was the principal started coming out. When the parents were coming to pick up the kids, the principal was standing there with security. So
okay.
I didn't see them anymore doing that.
Yeah.
So obviously, some parents complained and blah blah blah. And then they sent us some notes to the house and all this stuff for us to be on certain behaviors when we came to pick up kids.
But yeah, that's also the thing is you don't do like if you want to do that, you don't do that at a school. That's
for anyone.
inappropriate.
That's for anyone.
And that's for any. That's for anybody.
And I just feel like and
if you want to do that, go to a club.
Yeah.
Go to a club and do that.
Yeah.
Or be in the privacy of your home.
Yeah.
But you don't do that at an elementary
And
school.
even some, gay couples complained about that too, because they're just like, why do you have to do that? Like we came to pick up our kids. You know what I'm saying? And they're just like, this is why they. You know how sometimes black people will say you're making black people look bad.
Yeah, you're making gay people.
That's what another gay couple was saying to men. They're like, you're just making gay people look bad because why do you have to do that right there when you're gonna come pick up your kids? So I just feel as though we should be able to open our mouths and say that. Like, Mariah is your daughter, right? You have brought her up with this. Now, as she said, no one ever told her in her family that being gay is evil and all that stuff. But I think there's nothing wrong with you saying, this is what I believe. But when you go and you're inauthentic to that, or you can
just say, Mariah, I don't really agree with your lifestyle. That's not how we were raised.
Yeah.
But I'm going to support you because you're my daughter.
I'm going to support you. You're my daughter, and I don't know much about this. And I think also sometimes just ignorance.
You don't really know what's going on
about the whole lifestyle or whatever. And you can say, but like what Obama said before,
I have evolved in my thinking or whatever.
Exactly. And once he started to talk to people and stuff like that, because prior to that, he didn't probably know anyone in his circle who were gay. So I just feel like, Kody, you were just inauthentic.
Yeah.
When she first announced it, that reaction was your authentic reaction. When you and Mary were like, and Christine also were like that.
But we also.
But then all of a sudden, boom, right there, you changed. And it was like, that was inauthentic. So now, when she talks about the march, here you go, you have your authentic reaction, but then you see the camera, and then you start
zoom into you.
The reason why I was so upset,
it's polygamy. We have a polygamous march. That's also political, and you're sitting there talking about you want to run for governor.
That is very political because they were actually doing this march because there was a law that was about to be voted on against polygamists.
Yeah.
And so that was actually political. So, I mean, Kody, he's just very, very inauthentic. This is the problem I'm having with him.
Yeah.
But anyway, what is the thing? Oh, Christine and Mitch went to go do their wedding dancing. I cringed for Aspen. Not Christine and Mitch. Aspen and Mitch.
Well, she's like a mini Christine.
Oh,
and my thing is,
God.
I just feel so bad for Aspen.
She's dancing with Mitch. Mitch cannot dance with his big self, just like me. I actually used to be a dancer. So
you used to do African dancing and belly dancing and all that.
And even, now, because for the cotillion, my son had a cotillion. You also had a cotillion.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to dance.
I was a debutante.
Yeah. But with my son, I finally got to dance with my son and the cotillion. And, because I am a dancer in my past, I was able to actually do the dance moves. And a lot of the mothers were actually looking. I was right there in the front, so I was kind of like the lead. They were looking at me to kind of like if the move
But you were
changes,
like one of the best dancers there.
I actually was. So, but Mitch does not dance, okay? He's not a dancer.
He knows as much as you do, Aspen, but she's sitting down there
and then on
in the
top of that,
confessional.
he's fat. I mean, if you're fat and you were already a dancer, you're still going to be able to dance.
Yes.
But he's fat. He has never been a dancer. So he's not a very good dancer. We all can see it. But Aspen
sits there and compliments him in the thing. And she's like, well, he's such a better dancer than me. So he's got to be teaching me at home.
You see, this is the thing. You could praise...
Christine has not done well by her kids with that whole thing.
Without putting yourself down. Why did you have to put yourself down when we can see you're the better dancer than him?
Yeah.
But you put him up and put yourself down. This is the problem I'm having.
Yeah.
And women do that when they've already started being emotionally abused.
Yeah.
Because
they think that if they put themselves down to put him higher, that it'll make him feel better. But it will never be enough. It never works.
She's trying to make herself small. Aspen is a beautiful girl.
She's gorgeous. She can have anybody she wants.
She is a gorgeous girl. You know what I'm saying?
Christine has some beautiful babies.
Yeah. Beautiful girl. And really, I am sure when she's walking around with Mitch, men are looking at her.
Of course.
And she will notice, but he will notice.
Yeah.
So he is going out of his way to start putting her down.
Yeah.
So that she feels this tiny. She's trying to make herself small and put him up. I just was like, it makes me cringe. It breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. It really does. When I see something like this, I just feel so sad.
Yeah.
Because I've been there, done that. And the thing is, no matter how much you put yourself down, that man will never appreciate it.
No.
That man will never appreciate
because he already has a dislike
that you
for
put
you.
yourself down on his behalf.
Yeah.
Because he knows that you are too good for him.
He already knows that.
You know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce's song said, "I'm too strong for you." That her Lemonade album when she was dissing Jay-Z.
My
Like-
thing, I wish she just would have left.
I know that would be so gangster. By now, she will be a billionaire.
On her
Because
own.
A lot of people would have just and then her songs.
And
would
then a
be
lot of
better.
women wouldn't have been able to like relate to her. Like your
Relate.
mother left your father.
Yeah.
Why would you stay with him?
After how many
But
years?
also, I feel like the mother is also like one of those black male worshippers. So
I think she is, and she already loves. She loves Jay-Z.
yeah,
She
and
says
then,
all these things. She has her little blinders on, and
Yeah.
all this stuff. And Beyonce, I think of the two children, she's the good girl. There's always a good girl in.
Well, I feel like it's always the oldest child though, because we kind of have to
Yeah,
lead the way. The
exactly.
youngest child can kind of do
Be
whatever and know
rebellious.
that. I mean,
Like, I don't really give a damn. I'm gonna do my own path, and that's so long.
that's what I'm
Poor
going through right now.
Oh, stop. The thing is, my son, right? When she was younger, it was hell. But I loved it. It was a good hell. It was really a good hell.
I ain't never heard no good hell before in my
No,
life.
it was because she was. Listen, I ran away from home when I was 12. Okay, and after that experience, I became a good girl, right? But prior to that, I was a rebel, and so, it was. I mean, whatever she was going through, I was like, oh God, But thank God, but she was. From the time she was young, she was beating to her own drum beat and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, but thank God, when I had my son, he didn't have any of those teenage dramas. He was a good kid from the time he was a baby. Thank God, because I can't deal with two of them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But by the time he became he started giving me problems when he was 17, 18.
Yeah.
Right? So now he's having his little rebellion years, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he was a goody two-shoes the whole time. And now she has become a goody two-shoes.
No, I think I went through it twice. I think when I was younger and then when I went to college.
But even
and then
though
I'm
you were
settled
rebellious, you were always very responsible, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be doing
like-
my stuff, but I'm like, okay, I need to make sure this is done, I need to make sure this is done, I need to make sure that. Like, I knew the future, I knew the goal.
Yeah, she ran the household. Like, she did the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, all that stuff. Like,
I was like Rashid's second mother.
I had I had a full-time nanny who actually at one point later on when not fired her, she left with my blessing. But she didn't like her later on, I found out. And that's because
well, we were also
she
not the
did not
best.
really need a babysitter like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And,
I remember one day Rashid was running around with the fish in a net, right? And she was chasing this boy. Mind you, she was chasing him with socks on.
Oh, yeah.
And a hardwood floor. And Rashid was running around with the fish, and the fish is
they were
basically
awful to
dying.
her.
And then she
Maybe that's why she
slipped.
didn't like them.
She slipped.
Well, no, she liked Rashid. She didn't like you.
She slipped and she fell on that hardwood floor. Mind you, this lady's like pushing 50. And I was
She
dying.
was already 50, actually.
I was dying with laughter.
Yeah.
And then she just sat down at the edge of the steps for like 30 minutes
And then
while I'm
dragged herself
giggling
down.
behind the
Poor
step.
baby.
And then she just slid down the steps. I was dying. Oh my God, that was so funny. Even till today, I still find that hilarious.
Yeah, that poor lady.
I was like, why would you run on a hardwood floor with socks on?
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
Poor lady. Poor lady.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we done got off track again.
We have totally got off track. But anyhow, we were talking about Aspen, but yeah, it makes me cringe. I really hope and pray that she's gonna get better. But yeah, everybody's fine with the move. All the children are fine with the move except for Gabriel. And I think we talked about Gabriel already.
But we'll talk about him more in the next episode. But we're at 30 minutes now. So it's Mary.
And Alma.
Everybody has to like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below. Bye.